In a surprising move, Tesla CEO Elon Musk has slammed the United Nations Security Council. The world's richest man has taken India's side and hit out at the 5 permanent members, including the United States, China, UK, France and Russia. Musk says UNSC is outdated and that India's exclusion from the topmost global body is simply absurd. So can Elon Musk's endorsement help India finally get its UNSC seat at the UN Summit of the Future in September this year? How has China been blocking India's UNSC entry, and which country among the big 5 have used the veto power the maximum number of times? Leave a comment and we'll give you the answer in just 2 minutes. This is the tweet by Musk that has shaken the world order, where he says India's exclusion is absurd, given that it's the most populous nation on earth. Musk is undoubtedly one of the most influential people in the world, and his endorsement reflects the global acknowledgement of India's rise as a 21st century superpower. India overtook the UK to become the 5th largest economy and will soon be the 3rd largest global economy before 2030, much bigger than UNSC members UK, France or Russia, and only behind the US and China. India is the 4th biggest military power in the world and the 2nd largest standing army. Indian diaspora today is one of the most influential in world affairs. How is it then that one of the true giants of the world is not in the topmost global body? It is absurd. The reason is China, which has time and again blocked India's entry to the high table. Musk is spot on when he says, quote, "Problem is that those with excess power don't want to give it up." If we look closer, while 4 of the 5 members have over time endorsed India's entry, China has repeatedly blocked any attempts to share power, fearful of its nuclear neighbor and geopolitical rival India getting the veto power. And it's understandable why. India has the human potential, natural resources, geopolitical location, economic drive and national desire to become a developed economy by 2047 or 100 years of its independence, and truly challenge China as the leader of the 21st century, something that neither the UK, France or Russia are capable of today. On top of that, Russia is alone in its opposition to India. The United States has repeatedly banned India's UNSC seat, as has France, with Macron set to arrive in India as the Republic Day chief guest. UK too wants India's entry in the elite club, as does Putin, with Russia firmly standing behind its strategic ally India on this issue. Elon Musk's statement also sparked a broader conversation with Israeli author Michael Eisenberg, proposing a radical solution, dismantling the United Nations and constructing a new entity with genuine leadership. So what's India's road to the UNSC? Firstly, the UNSC was formed in the fallout of the Second World War and has not been expanded or reformed since 1965. For any new member, the UN Charter of 1945 must be amended. Then it would need the backing of 2/3 members of the UN General Assembly, which won't be an issue for India at all. However, all 5 permanent members would need to unanimously agree and not use the veto, and this is where China has demonstrated that it will be a hurdle. Unless cornered, Xi Jinping, who has virtually assumed lifetime presidency in China, would use the veto to keep India out. Over the years, India has been aggressively lobbying to expand the world body. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar even termed the UNSC a quote, "old club," which is losing its relevance as members are reluctant to let go of their grip. He says India will have to keep pushing to reform and take the recognition it deserves. While Prime Minister Modi also highlighted how UN was formed with 51 members, and while members today are around 200, the UNSC has remained the same, like in the Dark Ages, refusing to see the new world order. UN Chief Antonio Guterres hinted that the September summit may be an opportunity to reform the UNSC. He also calls for Africa to have a collective voice in the global body. So we asked you earlier, which UNSC nation has used its veto power the maximum number of times? And the answer is Soviet Union or Russia, which has used it 125 times, followed by the USA with 82 veto cast, UK is at 29, China 17, while France has used it the least number of times on just 16 occasions. It was Prime Minister Modi who showed true leadership when he invited Africa as a permanent member at the G20 New Delhi summit. Perhaps it's time for the UNSC Big Five to take the hint and show true leadership for once and include countries like India, Brazil, Germany, Japan, and even the African Union. Have your say. Can India secure a UNSC seat, or will China continue to remain as a roadblock? Leave a comment below, and if you like this news report, then subscribe to our channel or hit the like button so that can reach more viewers.